The Harry paternity conspiracy theory. Debunked. Diana and James Hewitt's relationship began in 1986, but Harry was born in 1984. The dates don't match. The physical similarities are coincidental. So, why does this conspiracy theory refuse to die? Disclaimer. This video examines a controversial conspiracy theory about Prince Harry's paternity. The timeline shows Harry was born in 1984, 2 years before Diana met Hewitt in 1986. We're exploring why this theory persists despite timeline inconsistencies and the harm such speculation causes to real people. Before we explore why this controversial theory continues to circulate, please consider subscribing to the Diana Stories and hitting the like button. Your support helps us address difficult topics responsibly. The basic facts. Let's start with the timeline that challenges this conspiracy theory. On September 15, 1984, Prince Harry was born at St. Mary's Hospital in London. His full name is Henry Charles Albert David. Both Prince Charles and Princess Diana were present at the birth. The birth was officially recorded, witnessed, and documented. In 1986, Diana met James Hewitt when he was assigned as her riding instructor. According to Hewitt's own testimony, this is approximately 2 years after Harry's birth. If we accept the documented timeline, Harry was born 24 months before Diana even met James Hewitt. James Hewitt himself has repeatedly stated that Harry was already walking and talking when he first met Diana. So if the basic timeline presents this challenge, why does the theory persist? And what does this tell us about conspiracy theories and media responsibility? The origins of the theory. The paternity conspiracy theory emerged in the mid-1990s after Diana's affair with James Hewitt became public. In 1994, Anna Pasternak published Princess in Love, revealing Diana's 5-year affair with Hewitt. The public was shocked. Diana's image as the wronged wife suddenly became more complicated. After the affair was revealed, people began noticing that Harry had red hair, similar to James Hewitt's distinctive color. They also pointed to facial similarities. Photos were compared side by side in tabloids, with arrows highlighting supposed similarities. In the rush to create a scandal, many didn't check the actual dates. The story of secret royal paternity was too compelling to let facts interfere. As the internet grew, the theory spread without fact-checking. Websites and forums repeated the claim, creating an echo chamber where people reinforced each other's beliefs without examining timeline evidence. The evidence examined. Let's examine each piece of supposed evidence. The first is Harry's distinctive red hair. The theory suggests Harry has red hair like Hewitt, unlike Charles. But this ignores genetics and family history. Red hair runs extensively in the Spencer family. Diana's brother, Charles Spencer, had reddish hair in youth. Diana's sister, Sarah McCorkdale, had red hair throughout her life. The gene for red hair is recessive and can skip generations. Historical photographs show Prince Philip with reddish tones in his hair during youth. The red hair gene exists on both sides of Harry's documented family tree, making his ginger hair explainable through standard genetics. The second piece involves facial features. Theorists claim Harry looks more like Hewitt than Charles, but facial similarity is subjective and changes with age. Photographs of young Prince Charles show clear similarities to Harry in eye shape, smile, and expressions. As Harry has aged into adulthood, he increasingly shows Windsor family similarities. Confirmation bias strongly affects perception. Once someone is told Harry resembles Hewitt, they focus on similarities while overlooking similarities between Harry and Charles. This is well-documented psychology. The third piece is Diana's affair itself. The affair is documented fact, confirmed by multiple sources. But the affair began in 1986, and Harry was born in 1984. The timeline presents a fundamental challenge that cannot be dismissed. Diana had 2 children, William in 1982 and Harry in 1984, both before meeting Hewitt. The fourth piece involves alleged confessions. Some claim Diana confessed that Hewitt was Harry's father. However, there's no credible documented evidence of any such confession. Diana's close friends, including butler Paul Burrell, have stated Diana never made such claims. Those who knew Diana describe her deep love for both sons and suggest she would never create doubt about their paternity. James Hewitt's statements. James Hewitt has consistently addressed these rumors. In 2002, he told the Sunday Mirror there was no possibility he was Harry's father. He acknowledged the similar red hair, but insisted the timeline didn't work. In 2017, he told Australian television that Harry was already a toddler before he met Diana. Throughout various interviews, Hewitt has consistently denied paternity based on the timeline. Some theorists claim Hewitt has been pressured to deny the truth. However, there's no documented evidence supporting coercion claims. The simpler explanation is that he's addressing a theory contradicting documented dates. The impact of this theory. This speculation creates real consequences. Growing up with constant questions about paternity creates psychological burden. Harry has addressed these rumors with visible pain. In his memoir, Spare, Harry discussed how hurtful this speculation has been throughout his life. He described looking at photos of himself and Charles and seeing similarities and feeling frustrated others couldn't see them. The theory creates a false distinction between brothers, suggesting William is legitimate while Harry's status is questionable. This affects family dynamics and Harry's sense of identity. The persistent speculation also affects Diana's memory, implying she was dishonest about paternity. Why the theory persists? Several factors contribute to persistence. Confirmation bias plays an enormous role. Once people believe something, they interpret information to confirm existing beliefs. They focus on red hair while ignoring Spencer genetics. They see similarities between Harry and Hewitt while overlooking Charles's similarities. Sensationalism drives spread. Secret royal baby is more attention-grabbing than inherited red hair from mother's family. Media favors sensational narratives because they generate clicks and revenue. Anti-establishment sentiment makes some predisposed to believe the royal family hides scandals. For people distrusting the monarchy, the theory provides another alleged deception example. In our age of misinformation, some automatically question official timelines even when alternatives contradict basic chronology. Internet echo chambers allow people to find communities reinforcing beliefs without fact-checking. The theory spreads in spaces where timeline verification is absent. Human visual perception also plays a role. Once someone suggests Harry looks like Hewitt, people see what they've been told to see, regardless of timeline evidence. The DNA testing question. Some ask why there hasn't been DNA testing to settle this definitively. Several considerations address this. First, why should Harry prove paternity when timelines already challenge the theory? His genetic information is personal and private. Being forced to test would treat him as guilty until proven innocent. Second, testing might set precedents. If Harry tested for this claim, it might encourage demands for proof regarding every unsubstantiated theory. Third, would testing actually satisfy believers? Committed conspiracy theorists would likely claim results were faked or samples switched. You cannot satisfy people deeply committed to conspiracy theories. Fourth, responding to baseless theories with formal testing legitimizes speculation itself, potentially encouraging more theories. The documented Diana Hewitt story. Here's what we know based on documented evidence. Diana met Hewitt in 1986 when he became her riding instructor. Diana was struggling in her marriage, feeling isolated and unloved. Hewitt was attentive and made Diana feel valued. Their relationship evolved from professional to personal to romantic over months. The affair lasted approximately 5 years, from 1986 to 1991. It represented genuine emotional connection during a difficult period. Hewitt provided emotional support Diana wasn't receiving from Charles, who was focused on Camilla. When the affair became public in 1994, Diana felt betrayed because Hewitt commercialized their private relationship, selling his story for profit. This is the documented story, based on confirmed facts. It's complicated and human. There are no secret babies, no hidden mysteries, no cover-ups. Harry's perspective. Harry has addressed these rumors directly in recent years. In Spare, he discussed the conspiracy theory with visible hurt. He described how painful it was growing up with millions questioning his parentage. He wrote about examining photos and seeing clear similarities to Charles that seemed obvious to him. He addressed the cruelty of persistent speculation and what it did to his identity. The constant questions made him feel different from William, somehow less legitimate. It created a sense of being an outsider within his own family. Harry's pain about this issue is documented and valid. The speculation has affected him throughout his life. Timeline versus theory. This raises questions about evaluating information. When theories contradict documented timelines, what determines belief? On one side, we have timeline evidence. Official records show Harry born September 15, 1984. Multiple sources confirm Hewitt relationship began 1986. These are documented facts recorded at the time. On the other side, we have theory based on perceived physical resemblance, which is subjective. It's based on red hair, explainable through Spencer genetics. It's based on an affair that occurred, But timing doesn't align with Harry's birth. When examined systematically, the timeline presents fundamental challenges. Media responsibility. The theory's persistence raises questions about media responsibility. Tabloid media has profited enormously from this speculation. Headlines suggesting doubt about Harry's paternity sell papers and generate clicks, regardless of timeline accuracy. Some media outlets have been responsible, clearly stating timeline challenges. Others have been less careful, allowing speculation to spread without adequate context. This raises fundamental questions. What responsibility do media outlets have to verify timelines before amplifying speculation affecting real people? Conspiracy theory psychology. This exemplifies how conspiracy theories function. Every effective conspiracy theory needs truth as foundation. Diana genuinely had an affair with Hewitt. This true element becomes foundation for speculation, extending beyond what timeline supports.
Visual evidence provides something tangible. Harry's red hair gives people something concrete they can see, even when visual similarities don't overcome timeline problems. Institutional distrust plays crucial roles. Many fundamentally distrust the royal family, believing they would cover up embarrassing truths. The theory's construction makes it effectively unfalsifiable. Any evidence against it can be dismissed as part of alleged cover-up. Timeline evidence? That's what they want you to believe. Hewitt's denials? He's been paid off. This unfalsifiability makes the theory nearly impossible to disprove to determined believers. Emotional investment makes it psychologically difficult to change beliefs once publicly defended. Nobody likes admitting they were wrong, especially about something argued passionately. The timeline laid out. Let's see the chronology clearly. In 1982, William was born. In 1984, Harry was born. Both births are documented with official records and witnesses. In 1985, Diana and Charles's marriage was deteriorating. In 1986, Diana met Hewitt when he was assigned as riding instructor. The affair continued from 1986 to 1991, spanning 5 years. In 1991, the relationship ended. In 1995, the affair became public through Princess in Love. From 1995 to present, paternity's speculation has persisted despite timelines showing Harry's birth preceded Diana meeting Hewitt by 2 years. When laid out chronologically, the timeline challenge becomes clear. Harry's birth precedes Diana meeting Hewitt by 2 full years. Red hair genetics. Since red hair is central to theory, examining genetics is worthwhile. Red hair is caused by MCR1 gene mutation. It's recessive, meaning both parents must carry the gene for it to appear, even if neither parent has red hair. Diana's Spencer family has extensive red hair history. Her brother Charles Spencer had reddish hair in youth. Her sister Sarah had distinctly red hair. Red hair appears regularly across Spencer generations. Historical photos show Prince Philip with reddish tones in youth. Philip's heritage includes populations where red hair genetics are present. Harry inheriting red hair from Spencer genetics with potential Philip contribution is scientifically straightforward and requires no alternative explanation. William doesn't have red hair, but this is normal. Siblings don't always share recessive traits because they inherit different genetic combinations. The Hewitt factor. James Hewitt also has red hair, which is why visual comparison seems compelling. When you see red-haired Harry next to red-haired Hewitt, similar coloring is obvious. However, red hair isn't particularly uncommon. 1 to 2% of global population has red hair, with higher percentages in Scotland, Ireland, and England.
Shared red hair between two people isn't evidence of biological relationship, especially when timelines contradict connection theory. Millions worldwide have red hair. Some inevitably look similar because they share this distinctive trait. Conclusion. This conspiracy theory serves as a fascinating case study in how speculation persists despite contradicting timelines. The documented timeline shows Harry born September 15, 1984. Multiple sources confirm Diana met Hewitt in 1986, 2 years after Harry's birth. This creates significant chronological gap. Hewitt has consistently confirmed this timeline, never wavering. No credible evidence contradicts this basic timeline. The theory is based primarily on perceived physical similarities, particularly shared red hair. However, these similarities are explainable through documented Spencer genetics. The theory contradicts documented timeline in ways never adequately explained. The theory persists through confirmation bias and internet echo chambers. The speculation has caused documented harm to Harry throughout his life, affecting his identity and public perception. When theories contradict documented timelines, rational evaluation requires giving significant weight to chronological evidence. Physical similarities, while visually compelling, cannot override basic facts of when events occurred. A final thought. Conspiracy theories can seem like harmless speculation. They seem like just questions, just exploring possibilities. But they affect real people in real ways. Harry has publicly expressed genuine pain about this speculation. His entire life has been affected by public questions about his legitimacy based on theory contradicting documented timelines. Whether we believe timeline evidence or remain skeptical, we can recognize that speculation about someone's parentage creates human cost. When that speculation contradicts documented dates, we should consider whether promoting it serves any purpose. The next time this theory appears, consider asking yourself questions. Is it based on verified timelines? Does repeating it cause potential harm? What evidence actually supports it versus what I want to believe? Facts and timelines matter. People's feelings matter. Harry deserves to live without constant speculation about his paternity based on theory contradicting basic chronology. Final disclaimer. This video examined a controversial conspiracy theory by presenting documented timeline evidence. Official records show Harry born September 15, 1984. Multiple sources confirm Diana met Hewitt in 1986. This timeline creates significant challenges for paternity theories. We explored why this theory persists and examined the impact such speculation has on real people. This content was created for educational analysis, not to promote unverified claims.